I will never forget that day. That's when we were admitted to hospital. She could not stand up properly, she wasn't drinking.
She lost a lot of weight.
We thought it was just like a growth spurt and he'll just fill back out a little bit.
I was really thirsty and I was drinking a lot of water.
She was urinating so frequently, she never did it before.
She couldn't see properly.
I couldn't smile, I couldn't do much.
That's the day before she got into the emergency, and this is a year after.
He drifted into a coma. We didn't go to a doctor, we went straight to the ER and they just diagnosed him there.
I explained everything that was going on to the doctor and I think he sort of had a hunch. Got Adam to do a urine test and then said, really sorry to tell you, but I believe Adam has type 1 diabetes.
We were in a shock, in a big shock.
There are two types of diabetes. Type 1, which is called autoimmune type 1 diabetes, which is due to autoimmune destruction of the insulin-producing cells in the pancreas, the islet cells as we call them. That's the most common form that occurs from infants to young children to adolescents and also young adults. The main symptoms, as outlined in the 4T, is the 4T standing for thirst, drinking excessively, toilet, going to the toilet excessively, thinner, losing weight, and the 4th T being tired because of that metabolic problem that develops called diabetic ketoacidosis. Too many children in our clinic that present with diabetes, up to 30% present with diabetic ketoacidosis, which is a life-threatening condition where the child develops very high blood sugars, becomes acidotic, difficulty breathing, and can lose consciousness and become very sick, require to be transferred to one of the Children's Hospital's intensive care. So we want families out there in the community and general practitioners as well and other doctors to be aware about making the diagnosis earlier by simply a finger prick test, which tests the blood glucose level, sometimes supplemented with a urine test, check for glycosuria or glucose in the urine and ketones in the urine. There's nothing that diabetes could stop you from doing. Playing your sports, doing your swimming, your athletics, your basketball, your netball, as it's very important they keep active. You can still win an Olympic medal, you can still become a Prime Minister, you can still win a Nobel laureate. There's nothing that diabetes will stop you from doing.
People came up to us and really explained what it was and how to deal with it and what you have to do, and that it was a bit better knowing like how to deal.
Marie was a very sporty girl and she continued doing everything that she wanted. Swim, we play basketball, she run cross country. She wants to give it a go of everything.
Like even as parents, we've tried to not make diabetes rule his or our life. We take control of it.
When I was doing soccer, I would go low pretty regularly, but I would have a yogurt tube before games so that I could just be a little higher, like 9 or 10, so I can burn it off. And it was quite handy. And then when I went low, I went on the side and had juice and then basically ran back out.
Now it's like our normal life. As our educators told us, you can have everything in moderation, and as we count the carbs and all that, it's fine.
When I got diagnosed with diabetes, we started eating a lot less sugar, more protein, better food, and now we're on a very good diet.
We know when to eat, when to not eat, when to go out, when to be physically active. And also we are more conscious about our health now than we used to.
We as an adult know it's really hard to follow healthy food all the time. But when she is being diagnosed, she put the whole family under the same radar.
It's 9 to 5. I just got this lovely email from Bart. He says, "Dear Jim and team, I listened to your interview yesterday re type 1 diabetes. My son Liam is 13. He was filmed yesterday by the team from Nepean Hospital so he could provide a real-life story to other kids and families who get diagnosed with type 1. Well, it's National Diabetes Week, mate. I'd love to have a chat to Liam right now, and I think Liam's on the open line. G'day, Liam.
Hello.
How are you? How are you, mate?
I'm well, thank you. How are you?
I don't like it when people make it sad. I don't think there's really anything to be scared of. I know some people don't like needles, but if you don't like needles, getting the technology would be the best thing.
I would say that invest as much as you can in the technology, because technology really helps in the management of diabetes. If you can get yourself a pump, get yourself the CGM, use all those devices wisely, and it will make your life much easier.
There are days where you have stubborn highs or you have stubborn lows or things like that, but try not let it take over your life as much as you can. Don't be frightened, they'll be okay.
It's really not something to be scared of because it's manageable, and when you manage, you can just live life.
So there's an initial period which is horrible, to be frank, because you're adjusting, but I just want people to know that there's definitely a light at the end of the tunnel.
It might look really gloomy and dark at this time, but there's the light at the end of the tunnel. The light is there.
And I think the tunnel can be as long as you want it to be.
If you have diabetes, just accept it, because there are so many other kids like this diagnosed. You can't help it, so just accept it and be happy about it.
This is the strength we got from her, that nothing is big deal. It's okay. If you got it, you got it. You need to educate yourself first, and then you can look after them better. Be connected to your doctors, be connected to your community, be connected to your child.
There's actually quite a few positives that have come out of this. Mia just really coming into her own, like just seeing her do that is amazing. And just seeing her get to know herself better, her body better. And we learn a lot from that ourselves.
Now when I look at diabetes, I think diabetes is just something that's a little bit of self-control. It doesn't mean you can't do everything, but it means you can still do something.
However long the tunnel is, you get to choose how long you want it to be to get you set up and right into everything.
You're 13 years of age. You've been proactive, mate, and you're getting a very important message out there. There you go, Liam Tree, outstanding.